In this video we will walk you through the process of creating a payment estimate. You can add a payment estimate for an active contract only after the execution date and the notice to proceed dates have been entered in contract times informational. Note that a contract cannot be deleted nor the transition to construction reversed after a payment estimate is added to the contract. If the contract already includes other payment estimates, they must all be approved or deleted before another payment estimate is added. All change orders must be approved before an estimate can be added or generated. If not, you will get a message in the log when you try to add a payment estimate and it will not generate successfully. Make sure you add DWRs, submit them for approval, add a diary and approve DWR from diary before adding a payment estimate. Now let us look into adding a payment estimate to a contract. From the construction component, click the Payment Estimates link. In the Contract Payment Estimate Overview, click the Component Actions button, and click on the Select Contract to add Payment Estimate action. Search for and select the contract. Click the Add Payment Estimate on Contract button. In the Type field, click the drop-down arrow and select the type of payment estimate. The four different types are FINL, Final, Prog, Progress, SF Semi-Final, and SUPP, Supplemental. Here we are creating a payment estimate of type Progress. The manual shows additional steps that may need to be done prior to an estimate for SF, Final and Supplemental Final estimates. In the Period End Date field, enter the date that marks the last day of the payment estimate period. Payment estimate cannot have a period end date in the future. This field is automatically defaulted to today's date. Make sure you change it to the appropriate pay period ending date. Click the Add Payment Estimate button. A system message will appear. Add payment estimate process started at date and time. Click on Global Actions button. Click on Open Process History. Find Add Payment Estimate Process. Wait for the finish time to be populated. Click on links to logs under the Output Files header, add paymentestimate.log and error.log, and the files will be downloaded. Open each file and make sure there are no errors in either of them. Now, from the Global Actions menu, click on Generate Reports and run the following reports. Payment Estimate for Contractor Report. Payment Estimate Report End. Summary by Project Report. You can view the payment estimate by navigating to the dashboard and clicking on the Payment Estimates link under the Construction component. In the Payment Estimate Overview component, search for the contract and the payment estimates for that contract show up. You can open the payment estimate by clicking on the Payment Estimate Number link in blue. Now you can add any contract adjustments or resolve any exceptions by clicking on the associated navigation tabs. In the following videos, we will show you how to resolve any estimate exceptions and submit the payment estimate for approval. In this video we will walk you through the process of adding user-generated contract adjustments and viewing system-generated contract adjustments. You can create as many contract adjustments for a payment estimate as you want, as long as the estimate is in draft status. First, let us view the system-generated contract adjustments. From the dashboard, under the Construction component, click on the Payment Estimates hyperlink. In the Contract Payment Estimate Overview component, search for and select the contract. A list of payment estimates on that contract are shown. Select a payment estimate. Contract Payment Estimate Summary page opens. Then click on the Contract Adjustments tab. The Contract Adjustments tab on the Contract Payment Estimate Summary provides information about payment estimate adjustments at the contract level. All of the contract adjustments that have been made for a payment estimate are displayed in two collapsible sections, one for system-generated adjustments and the other for adjustments entered manually. The System-Generated Contract Adjustments section of the tab displays an accordion list of all adjustments created by the system for this payment estimate. The information in this section is for viewing only and cannot be modified. Now let us look into adding a user-generated contract adjustment. The User-Generated Contract Adjustments section displays an accordion list of all of the contract adjustments that have been made manually for the payment estimate. To add user-generated contract adjustments for a payment estimate, in the User-Generated Contract Adjustments section, click the New button. In the Other Contract Adjustment type, click the drop-down arrow and select the identifier for the contract adjustment. In the Amount field, enter the dollar amount of the contract adjustment on the payment estimate. In the Comments field, enter any additional information about the adjustment. In the Time ID or Description field, search for and select the identification name or number for the contract time. The Rate field indicates the rate of incentive, disincentive, or liquidated damage for the specified contract time, if applicable. The Unit of Time field indicates the type of unit used to measure the contract time. The Time Units field indicates the current number of time units specified for completion of a contract time. Click the Save button. When a contract adjustment is added to a payment estimate, the system automatically creates the associated distribution records for all the projects. This is how you can create as many contract adjustments for a payment estimate as you want, as long as the estimate is in draft status. You can delete the contract adjustment by clicking on the Row Actions drop-down button and clicking on Delete. So in this video you learned how to add user-generated contract adjustments and view system-generated contract adjustments on a payment estimate. In this video we will walk you through the process of adding user-generated item adjustments and viewing system-generated item adjustments. Item adjustments can result from fuel price changes and asphalt price changes. First, let us view the system-generated item adjustments. From the dashboard, under the Construction component, click on the Payment Estimates hyperlink. In the Contract Payment Estimate Overview component, search for and select the contract. A list of payment estimates on that contract are shown. Select a payment estimate. Contract Payment Estimate Summary page opens. Then click on the Items Adjustments tab. The Item Adjustments tab displays a row for each item adjustment associated with the payment estimate. Item adjustments are grouped by type in three sections: user-generated quantity-based adjustments, user-generated dollar-based adjustments, and system-generated item adjustments. The System-Generated Contract Adjustments section of the Item Adjustments tab displays an accordion list of all item adjustments that have been created by the system for the estimate. The information in this section is for viewing only. You cannot modify a system-generated item adjustment. System-generated item adjustments can result from fuel adjustments and materials acceptance insufficiencies adjustments. VDOT will not be using user-generated quantity-based item adjustment. If you need to adjust a quantity, it needs to be done on a daily work report. Now let us look into adding a user-generated dollar-based item adjustment. There is only one type of user-generated dollar-based item adjustments that VDOT will be using, other item adjustment, and you can create as many per item as you need. Enter the specific amount of the adjustment on the item. This is a permanent adjustment that the system will never attempt to reverse in any way, and they only affect dollars on the item. You can only reverse or change a dollar-based item adjustment by manually creating another dollar-based item adjustment on the same or later payment estimate. You would use these for adjusting a fuel or asphalt adjustment on an item. In the user-generated dollar-based item adjustments section, click the Select Project Items button. Search for and select the items to modify. Adjustments button. Click the Expand arrow for the row. In the Other Item Adjustment Type field, enter the item adjustment type. In the Amount field, enter the dollar amount of the adjustment. In the Comment field, enter any additional information about the record. The Function field indicates the basis used for the adjustment. The Last Updated By field indicates the name of the person who most recently changed the record. The Last Updated Date field indicates the date and time the record was most recently updated. Click the Save button. The record for the user-generated dollar-based item adjustment is created. So in this video you learned how to add user-generated contract adjustments and view system-generated contract adjustments on a payment estimate. You can delete a payment estimate when it is in draft status. In the Payment Estimate Overview, for your contract, look for the payment estimate that you would like to delete. The estimate needs to be in the draft status. Click the Row Actions button next to the estimate you wish to delete, and select the Delete action. Click on the Save button. The estimate gets deleted. In this video we will walk you through the process of running the Estimate Validation plugin. Click on Global Actions menu drop-down on the top right corner, and click Execute Process. Search for and select vcon_plugin_validate estimate from the list. Select Data on tab 2 of 4 by typing in the partial contract ID. When the contract is selected, a green check mark appears. Click on the Execute button. The plugin will be initiated and home screen for plugin will be displayed. Select the estimate from the drop-down list. Click on the Validate Selected Estimate button. Review and correct the error messages. Rerun the Estimate Validations plugin after errors are fixed. Don't approve the estimate until all of the fatal and severe errors are cleared. In this video we will demonstrate how the payment estimate can be submitted for approval. The Submit for Approval command is available only for payment estimates with a status of draft or rejected, and only if your active user role is assigned Approval Level 1. The first approval level in the series, for the payment estimate. To check the approval levels of payment estimate, navigate to Contract Administration in the dashboard. Search for and select the contract. Click on the Payment Estimate Approval link's quick link on the top. The Payment Estimate Approval Levels overview will show the approval level series for all the payment estimate types. Now let us go back to the payment estimate that is in draft status and needs to be submitted for approval. Click on the Home button to go back to the dashboard. Click on Payment Estimates under the Construction component. Search for and select the contract. Open the estimate by clicking on the blue Payment Estimate Number link. Click the General tab. And then click the Component Actions button and select the Submit for Approval action. The payment estimate gets submitted for approval. In this video we will walk you through the process of approving the payment estimate. The Approve command is available only if the payment estimate status is in one of the approval levels for the payment estimate type and only if your active user role is assigned the correct services and access rights. From the Construction component, select the Payment Estimate link. Search for and select the contract. Select the payment estimate to approve for the contract by clicking on the Estimate Number link. Please note, the estimate is approved at the first level in two different steps. User must submit for approval and then approve. Click on the Open Component Actions, click the drop-down arrow and select Approve. An Estimate Approved banner is displayed on the top. The Approval Tracking tab on the Contract Payment Estimate Summary lists rows of decision records for each approval level needed for the contract payment estimate. When you approve a payment estimate, the status of the decision record is changed to Approved, and the status of the next sequential decision record for the payment estimate is changed to Pending. This list enables you to view the decisions and comments entered by all the users who are responsible for approving the payment estimate. The information displayed on this tab is for review and tracking purposes and cannot be edited. An email notification is sent to the next user who has to approve the payment estimate based on the payment estimate approval levels for the contract. In this video we will show you how to run the Code Sheet plugin. The Code Sheet plugin displays the ad hoc activity transaction log of a single contract estimate. To run the plugin, click on the Global Actions menu on the right top banner. And click on Execute Process. Search for VCon plugin code sheet and click on it. Search for or choose a contract ID on tab 2 of 4. Click on Execute. This might take some time. The code sheet plugin home screen will be displayed. It shows the basic contract information and also shows a list of estimates on that contract. Click on the drop-down and select the estimate number for which you want to see the transaction log. The information displays on the bottom of the screen. You can either export this information to Excel, which gets downloaded to your system, or print the information, or export to PDF, which opens the PDF in a new tab. This concludes the video for executing the code sheet plugin.